Welcome to Spaghetti on the Wall, where we throw ideas, see what sticks, and nurture those that do. I'm your host, Armando Leduc, an actor, entrepreneur, and coach, giving you insights that light up your world. We're here to explore the realms of business, marketing, and life, serving up a shot of inspiration with every episode. Ready to make ideas stick and grow them into something great? Let's dive in. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on when you're consuming this podcast. Spaghetti on the Wall, back with another one. Nic Padilla with Boostability is in the house.
I love it. Thank you so much, Armando. I'm excited to speak with you, and I love the energy, man. Can't ask for better.
That's what we do, man. You gotta keep it energized. So we had the privilege of meeting each other at the Seven Figure Agency conference in Miami, and we were talking about SEO and what that's looking like now, what it's going to look like in the future. How is this all, sort of working together, and how does Boostability help? So just give me a 2-minute backstory on how you got where you got.
Ooh, man. So in 2009 to 2011, I was doing SEO for myself. And I said, you know what, there's got to be a better way. And I found a company called Boostability in Salt Lake. And I said, you know what, I'll move from Colorado out there. Started with a small company. There's about like 30 employees at the time. And then we blew up. I mean, now we've helped over 200,000 small businesses succeed online. Nice. And we've found a way to make a scalable solution out there. So I started with them on the account management side, got pretty good at the sales side, because that's how you make money sometimes. Was, I ended the call with, do you want fries with that? On every call that I had, and there was a commission plan, and I said, let's take advantage. And then they put me inside of the partnership team and then selling partnerships. So it's been really, really good.
That's amazing. So who are the clients that you helped? I know it's a lot of them, but is it more B2B, B2C, everybody in between?
Yeah, majority of the revenue that comes through Boostability comes from our partnerships. So we have a variety of partnerships from hosting companies, marketing companies, traditional newspaper, radio companies, anybody who wants to have an SEO product, but not do the work, the actual grinding and figuring out what's going on. That's what we help out with.
That's amazing. I love the white label process and figuring out what the pain point is. And the pain point is the heavy lift that is involved in SEO, right?
Exactly.
How, and I somewhat know the answer, but I'm going to ask you because you're the expert. SEO and AI, and how much of the AI stuff is prevalent, because it's easy to do now, right? Like if I want a blog post, I'll go to ChatGPT, feed it everything about my business, and then say, all right, let's create SEO based on that, right? And it's like, that's like the bottom of the barrel, SEO. What's the strategy? So my question is, as far as AI is concerned, how much of it are you guys using? How much is a human element still necessary in that process to make sure that when you do post, it's stuff that makes sense to the brand?
Yeah. Ooh, there's so much to dissect there. And it is an interesting beast, because we got to understand that AI is a tool. And if you don't know how to utilize AI, you're already failing. You have the ability to have productivity, efficiency, and a game changer with anything and everything that you're doing. Google recognizes that. In the past, Google would say content is king. The more content that you've got on your website, the more ability we have to understand what services you provide, where you provide those services. They used to give a lot of value to that. But now, like you, I can create a blog post on anything in this world, right? Like how to skin a deer, all the way down to how do you prepare like some crazy dessert in minutes. So that value that Google was giving to these different websites that had this great content is no longer as valuable as it was just 2 or 3 years ago. So now you need to have amazing content, and you need to have a variety of links pointing back to your customer's website. We've heard for years link building is dead. The manipulation that you were doing in the past with link building is dead. Now you have to have valuable industry related websites pointed back to to your website. So what am I trying to say here? AI is an amazing tool that when utilized correctly by an expert, it will achieve some amazing things for you. You now can do crazy things within minutes that might take, a month. But you need to make sure that it's customized according to your website, to your competitors, and the traffic that you want to receive. On top of that, yes, you should be using AI, right? Whether or not it's checking your work, checking your competition, analyzing your traffic, it can do everything that you need in order for you to really consume and understand, the next steps of your process. But AI it's changing the world. I remember the first couple of conferences that I went to in 2023-ish, and it was like, man, when is this AI conversation going to shut up? Like, I'm ready to move on. And now this year, I'm 14 conferences deep, and I've consumed nothing but AI. But it's getting to the nerdy phase where you're like, oh, I can do that, and you can do some really, really cool things.
So how has that affected y'all's business in terms of what you usually charge to what you're charging now?
Absolutely. Our prices have gone down, period. Right? We're not going to pass on the efficiencies that we've gained just for us to be profitable. We've lowered certain prices to allow our partnerships to reap the benefits of the efficiencies and productivity that we have gained. On top of that, we're allowing our partners to understand how we're utilizing AI and how they can help it for themselves. On top of that, we've had to add some additional services to our product. It's no longer just Google that we're trying to optimize for. It's not the only search engine we're looking at right now. Although Google's getting about 83% of searches right now, I think it was like 3 or 4 months ago, ChatGPT only consisted of about 4% of searches in the whole thing. So 83%, Google's still getting a lion's share of the searches that you're getting. And for the small to medium businesses or really anybody, Google is still the transaction-based search engine that people are looking for. When you go to AI, you're looking for a productivity when it comes to your work, or how do I write this task, whatever it may be, or it's informational. Why is this built in this specific way? Or tell me about this sports team. It is not I need a plumber. What is the best plumber? Give me a list of it. Help me analyze what it is there. Some people will go from Google then to a chat GPT to understand it, but they're not making those decisions or transactions on chat GPT yet.
Yeah, I'm not going to say exclusively, but I am now 90% on ChatGPT as far as looking up stuff and where to go and all of that. Because I planned my Austin trip that way. I planned my Destin trip that way. All of the trips, I'm just like, where's the closest place? How do I, what am I doing agenda wise? Who's the best place? Where's the best place to get barbecue? How am I going to, And it is insane how quick that has just revolutionized, travel and efficiencies and all of that. So yeah, what in your opinion, how quickly do you think ChatGPT is going to eat into that Google search?
That's a hard one to answer. And the reason why I say that is in the last 3 or 4 months, Google has added their AI search feature, right? So we don't know how much people are going to be utilizing that compared to others. What I see happening is Google is going to quickly shift into an AI type search, and you have the legacy model versus their current AI. And I see that taking off more so than just somebody strictly looking at ChatGPT. That being said,
Google, where's the Google AI?
Far left-hand side.
AI mode. Okay.
Yep, you can turn on the AI mode.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Yes, it is great.
How do you like
it? I like it. I don't have an issue with it. So far, I mean, I've been so focused on Google for the last. I started in 2009. I mean, I'm old in the SEO world. But I don't see a huge change within like this year. I'd say we're looking at 40-50% adoption in the next 5 years.
40-50% adoption as far as like the AI mode?
some sort of AI mode to where decisions are easier to be made based on how you're searching today.
So basically, and then what Boostability is trying to do is make sure that when people are searching, you're coming up first.
Yeah, wherever it may be. So we're seeing search engine optimization as search everywhere optimization. We want to make it as easy as possible for these large language models, Google, Bing, funny, and other opportunities there, right, to be able to come and analyze and understand what they're looking at on your website. So in the past, we would only look at, robots.txt, your sitemap, titles, descriptions, H1s, the copy within. We're now also making sure that across the board, we're looking at FAQs on every page, not just the individual about page, every page. What are the most commonly asked questions? Hopefully we can get these large language models to latch on that, because there's a lot of questions being asked inside of their AI. As well as we're going to have like llm.txt, and making sure that there's certain coding that is not on your website to limit these AI companies to come onto your website and analyze it. We want to make it as easy as possible for them to understand it.
And that's where the Boostability comes from. It's like, okay, there is a way,
Absolutely,
there's rules that you should abide by in order to be found as easy as possible.
exactly. I mean, we started in 2009. Originally, we were a DIY platform for small to medium businesses to do their own SEO. We quickly had to pivot because that was stupid, right? We were like, business owners aren't going to do their own SEO. They can't tie their own shoes sometimes. Why don't we just do it for them? And then we realized, guess what? Marketing companies are fairly similar. They don't want to do the heavy lifting. We'll just do the white label portion of that. Now we're realizing there's another pivot that we need to make, and that's not just Google. It's, Claude, ChatGPT, and others, Gemini, that we need to make sure that we're prepared for, because there's a little bit of a search happening on those as well. Right now, I've heard between 4 and 7% of searches are happening on this AI mode. You're definitely the outlier when it comes to just searching exclusively there, but we need to make sure that we're prepared everywhere.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, it just, for me, it's all about workflow, right? Like, I've got to make it easy. And if I'm going from here to there, if I'm already on ChatGPT and it's open and I'm asking it questions about workflow, and it can help me plan trips and it can help me do all of those things, then, why not do that?
Yeah.
What are some AIs that, AI software that you're using that you could recommend?
What's crazy is we went through this phase of we need to figure out any and every AI tool that is out there, right? So we've utilized a ton of copywriting type ones, Jasper. What we've learned is it is better for us to have a more focused and specific prompt in one ChatGPT model than going and finding these other ones, because we have to work on, almost 10,000 accounts a month, right? And we can control in OpenAI and ChatGPT exactly what we're prompting and how we prompt it in that way, right? So we've found more success just going back to the basics, having a specific prompt, and making sure that we're training our team and utilizing the correct prompt based on the services that or tasks that they're providing.
So now, when you guys are bringing people on recruiting wise, right? What are the metrics in which you guys are recruiting, right? Like, what are you guys looking for? Obviously, strong AI backgrounds, or is that something that's trainable?
Anything and everything is trainable today. Ultimately, the more technology that we get in this world, this is a Nic opinion, so do not judge me too hard. Technology just allows more information and more visible, more ready, right? So I literally can say, okay, cool. I love the Denver Nuggets. How many days until the Denver Nuggets start, right? Tell me what's going on with Nikola Jokic right now with his horse racing type stuff. Is Jamal Murray training? Just 20 years ago, we'd have to wait for ESPN to publish that on their website, or hopefully some journalist following on that. 20 years before that, we'd have to wait for a newspaper article to come out, and hopefully they had something. Now I can get all of that information within seconds. What am I trying to say? These people that we are training on, we're looking at, we still need to have the same effort, the grit, is this person going to be able to want to work? Then the ability of, okay, are they technologically sound to know and understand a little bit about prompting? Fine. Now we're going to train them on prompting. And if they have that grit and that drive, man, we're able to achieve a lot more and a lot quicker than we ever have been able to. So it really comes down to, do they have that drive? Do they have that grit? And are they a little bit technological? And we've always been able to train people up. On boostability side, we started, and I don't know how familiar you are with Utah, but in Utah County, so we're about like 30 minutes south of Salt Lake, there are two universities, Brigham Young University and UVU, so Utah Valley University. We had a fulfillment building in between those two. We created this platform where we would delegate tasks to these fulfillment team members. They'd click this big red button. I'm talking in the screen. It is so ridiculous. It's hilarious. They click that button. They're trained on a specific task. They complete the task. They hit submit. They click the button again. So we'd make it as easy as possible for them to complete a specific task they're trained on. Now we've implemented AI with that, to where we still have an individual completing it, but they're utilizing the correct tools to be able to do that. And that's how we are able to customize our packages to each customer. Is we can say this customer needs a service page, which also will need titles, descriptions, H1s, schema. And then we'll just send that task to somebody who's familiar with it. They create it, they complete it, and they just click on the next one. If somebody's doing a robots.txt, or if they're working on schema, somebody has to be trained on it and understand what they're looking at, but they're utilizing the tools that we're talking about today. It's crazy.
No, that's crazy. That's awesome. So tell me about, because I know you guys work with a lot of white label agencies. Tell me what their growth has been like once they bring you on as a partner.
On our side, I mean, one of my favorite things at Boostability is we're not just a fulfillment product, right? We're not just saying, oh, hey, here's an SEO product, go sell it. You can call and introduce our sales staff as your own. So you call us and introduce us to your potential customer. If you're Armando's marketing agency, we would say we're part of your marketing agency, and we'll help you sell the account. That team this year has a 46% close rate. 46. So if we have any marketing company that has some form of leads and they can schedule a freaking call, 1 and 2 calls close.
Awesome.
So it has been amazing this year to see a lot of companies like, we met at the 7-figure agency, but those types of agencies are thriving because now they have a sales resource where we set the right expectations, huge in SEO. We're not scared to throw out a budget that's actually realistic, and the customer will be able to get results because we know and understand our product. And then we're also fulfilling on it. And we do the account management. We realize that we have these partners who haven't sold SEO very well, and they sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. We could actually reach out directly to your customer on your behalf as Armando's SEO team, and we do it. So it's literally set it and forget it. You guys are now doing marketing and sales. We're doing all of the fulfillment, from sales, fulfillment, and account management.
Tell me a story of somebody that you guys have helped, and you don't have to name names unless you want to.
I can't, but I will tell the story.
Yeah, tell the story about somebody that came in. They were like, all right, we're going to start working with you guys, and how quickly they were able to scale as a result.
Absolutely. I've got 2 stories. There's a small town in Utah called Hurricane, spelled hurricane, pronounced hurricane, Utah. There's a kid.
I love when they do that. Over here, they have Burgundy, spelled Burgundy.
Yes.
Milan, but it's spelled Milan. And I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah. Camp Verde? Really? Los Angeles? Really? It's Los. What is going on? This does not make, there's some of those where you're just like, Tooele spelled Toole. I think that's Thule or Tool, not Tooele. But yeah, no. So that's why I love
Martinez. There's a city in Georgia called Martinez. They call it Martinez.
Oh my gosh, that
Martinez.
hurts. That I don't get it. I don't get it.
Martinez.
I lived in Australia,
Kidding.
Melbourne, Australia. There's an R. There's an R in Melbourne, Australia.
Yeah.
But you get judged instantly the second that you pronounce it wrong.
Really?
It's the worst. They're like, oh yeah, this guy does. He's not.
Yeah, they're not from here.
Yeah, it's like, okay, cool. Yeah, Melbourne. So on our side, we met this company. We have a bunch of partnerships that are around the world, and there's this top sales rep, and their kid was wanting to do their own marketing business. He just graduated high school, and he was like, I want to do something in the martial arts world, and that will be my niche, right? That's the one that I want to work with. We set him up with a partnership. What I love about it is he does between 3 and 4 calls a week. We're selling, 1 to 3 calls or 1 to 3 accounts a week. He's 19, 25 accounts with us. And he's just growing. And ultimately, he's finding these martial arts agency or companies or, boxing, taekwondo, karate, and just saying, you know what, I've got a marketing agency and I'd love to find a way to help you get on the first page of Google. I can create your website, but our goal is to make it to where when somebody's searching for you specifically, they'll be able to find you. And then they're just calling and introducing our sales staff. It's a boostability team that's actually helping, and then we help them sell. So I love the ability to help the small people who are trying to, gain their own name in this marketing world. I think there's over 300,000 marketing agencies in the world, and we would easily be able to help all of them. So that's one story that I love is if you've got grit and tenacity, we're the perfect company to work with because we'll help you sell. All you have to do is introduce us. So that's one.
Love that concept.
Another one was I was at a conference in Denver this year, and I met this company out of Wisconsin. And I asked them about cheese, and I guess Wisconsin and cheese is actually like a really huge thing. So I kind of want to go up there. But
you love cheese?
Oh, I'm chubby, dude. I got to maintain this figure. You got cheese and crackers with a summer sausage? Talk to me dirty.
Charcuterie board, man. Come on.
Ooh.
Charcuterie, by the way, pronounced charcuterie.
Yeah. Americans will ruin it somehow. Don't you worry. So I meet this company, and I mean, they, in all full fairness, I'm at the booth. I'm not the booth babe. I'm there for a personality, right? And they're like, no, we have our own SEO team. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Here's my card. If you ever run into anything or you want me to analyze a website, whatever it may be, I'm here. They called me 3 weeks ago and said, our SEO team royally messed up. We made some huge mistakes. Our rankings are starting to drop. We've had 3 cancellations. I've got 25 accounts that I need to get onboarded next week. I'm like, sweet, let's do it. I signed them up. The next day we fixed everything. They had 0 drops, and we were able to onboard 25 accounts with 0 issues. Right? So that just the ability to say, I got you. We got you. We'll make sure that you're taken care of. Anything with migration accounts, we'll give extra work to make sure that they're at the foundation and support that they need. And then we'll help you sell and offset some of the costs that you might have lost. But we always have a solution for somebody who's looking for SEO. And it's great to work for a company that you could say, I got you.
I love that. Let me just say, I love your background. How many comments do you get comments on that all the time?
I love this background. I've got some of the most fun people to work with, man. It is a great company. We've got anything for a while. Funny story. So my cuss word has always been William Shatner, and it comes from the movie 40-Year-Old Virgin, right? And he's like, Kelly Clarkson. So I chose William Shatner. The name of this I can book out this room, and it's the William Shatner room, which I love, right? But we've got everything here. I've Skittles, a bunch of books that we've read. We've got like googly eyes on boostability down there, and it's we're a fun and quirky group to work with.
I love that. Nic, where do they find you guys?
Yeah, you can go to boostability.com. If you go to the partner program, you can find me. You can reach out to me. My cell phone, 720-999-0877. You can reach out to me. I'm always connected. I'm always at another conference. I'm always supporting somebody. This week, I've brought on 4 different partnerships that need to get a scalable SEO solution. They don't want to do the work, or they've been burned, and we'll fix it. But I'm always here. Find me on LinkedIn, Nic Padilla. My parents messed my life up a little bit, and we're going to talk about a little bit of trauma. My last name's Padilla, and the average American can't spell Padilla. It's Padilla, but they decided to spell my name Nic, Nic. So now I have to spell my first and my last name, and whom you should be able to know how to spell Nic, right? But it's like Nic. Yep, that's the worst. And you got to defend it.
What did you ask them why?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of things. I mean, I'm the darkest in my family, right? We are Latino, but my oldest brother, Jason Gregory, then Alan Paul, then Christopher Benjamin, and then I'm the darkest one. And they're like, Nicolas Luis. So, and I see OLAS is the way that they spelled my
Have you
name.
seen this, by the way?
Yeah, oh, for sure. Come on.
Dude. Oh, it's not working right now. Come on. Oh, all right, there we go.
Oh, yeah, it worked.
And
It worked.
the
I
heart.
love it. Yeah. You can do the hearts.
Come on.
There we go.
I'm glad you put.
Yeah, trust me. There's been plenty of time.
I love doing it because then it's like, oh, look at that. Lovely.
It's
I love it, man. We're gonna stay in touch. We're gonna do business together.
Let's make it happen, man. However I can support, I'm always here. If you want me to analyze a website, I mean, I started doing SEO myself. All right. So I will be 100% transparent. If somebody's not a good fit for Boostability, I'll also say, you know what? I feel like you're looking for somebody to just boss around. India is a great opportunity for you. There's some great companies that you can work with there. Yeah. But I will always support and help anybody who's trying to help other businesses.
100%. Nic, I appreciate you being here. You guys reach out to Boostability, reach out to Nic. Super huge resource. Love that you're here. And this episode brought to you by Leduc Entertainment for all of your production needs, podcasts, organic social, commercials. We got you. Keep listening, keep watching, and we'll see y'all next time.